Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I forgot my GoPro because I was too excited to get some content out, so I just grabbed the phone. We've got our camper pad that we park on, and you can see the left side from this perspective is kind of level. It fades down towards the truck. The right side is down, say, 8 inches where I'm standing on the right, and like close to a foot, 14 inches down by the truck there on the right. So we've got to figure out a way to make this level. The 2x6, don't get caught up by that. The pink string line is what's level across the unit. We just put the toe board in there to kind of hold the gravel back. So really where the camper parks will be level, and then we're just going to kind of taper down to that 2x6 that we pounded in there. My wife helped me lay all this out. It doesn't look like much, but I can assure you this is going to turn out pretty nice. Wanted to leave this clip in there in real time so you can see how long it takes to dump a dump trailer. This is a pretty new SureTrack, 14,000 pound capacity, 14-foot long dump trailer. My wife and I just got it. I guess technically this is its first use. We brought in 6 loads of gravel. Never mind the sputtering there. That's my remote batteries dying and kind of going in and out. Anyway, brought in 5 loads total, so a total of 30 tons of gravel, and everything went really well. Really couldn't be happier with the performance of the trailer. The stone we brought in for this project is 3/4 minus limestone. I got it from a local quarry here. All right, we'll pull forward a little bit and dump the rest of this. Well, I didn't catch it sliding out. I'm just here by myself, but there you go. And if you don't have one of these, oh my God, so handy. Yeah, she takes a little bit to go down, but she goes down. It's just gravity fed. Just got to be a little patient, but she worked great. So here's what we got. Got ourselves a skidder. Got some piles of stone, and basically we're going to try and regrade up here and make this a little bit more level, straighten out my boards, although I really don't care if they're straight. I just care that this pad's level. So basically the boards are just to keep the stone from going into the yard over there. We don't really care over here, but this stake over here by the red little chalk, that's where the landing gear is for the trailer. And then all the way in the back is the rear landing gear. The middle's obviously somewheres. I think it's somewheres around in here on this guy or something, but yeah, should be good. Switching over to a time lapse, I must have hit a setting on the camera and switched the view to a fisheye or something. I don't know what happened here, but at any rate, I apologize for that. Just, rookie move. This is I'm not a YouTuber. I'm just a guy recording some stuff, and it just happened. Want to thank my 2 sons. They're not like live-at-home sons. One's 23, one's 22. One in college, one full-time job, and they heard I was doing this. I didn't ask them. They just showed up and made quick work of doing this. Obviously, I am a rookie on the machine, and they're they hadn't seen each other in a little bit. I mean, not a long time. We've got a pretty close family, but for them, it was, probably a couple of weeks. So they're just getting caught up. They're disappointed that their witty banter wasn't on camera, but with it being a time lapse, obviously there isn't any volume there. But anyway, they're just tamping down along that edge. We wanted to get this edge brought up, and then we get into filling in the rest of the pad. There was definitely a lot of talk about how we want to do this, man. There's a lot of gravel, but at the same time, I was pretty confident that we didn't have too much gravel. Worst comes to worst, I could always use it to, kind of freshen up the rest of the driveway. But the rest of the driveway looked kind of bad, but it functioned well. I mean, there wasn't an issue. There's about 12 inches of gravel going all the way down, so it's solid. But man, we were having fun. I was reminding them whenever I could. I don't know if you see the hats and sweatshirts that they're wearing. I was sweating my ass off in the skidder. It has heat, and I was taking advantage of that. And I just, a good father wants to remind his sons that he's comfortable, and perhaps they're not. So that was good. Had a lot of fun with that. The whole project was just kind of quick and easy. It was really nice. So enjoy the rest of the time lapse. There's not a whole lot of content here, but maybe I'll find some music or something to play, but it's better than listening to me talk. So keep in mind here, I mean, I am a weekend warrior at best, and it's been 20 years since I ran equipment on a regular basis. Boys are just wanting to work, so they're trying to grade out and compact, and they quickly learn the machine does it quicker. But they're just out there just giving it their all, trying to help their dad. And honestly, I mean, that sounds like total sap, but I'm just beyond grateful that they were out there, because I would have been out there for 10, 12 hours easily, just doing it by myself. So having them there was extremely helpful. They both did a great job kind of guide me and kind of, hey, we're a little high here, need a little bit more material here, that sort of thing. So it was super nice. Really appreciative that they were able to come home and help for the day. Yeah, I had some music going in here, and it just sounded really bad, so I got rid of it. So I figured I'd talk about the origination of this pad. My mom decided that she wanted to stay with us during the summer because Arizona was too hot. So she got a fifth wheel. We moved it back here, put in the little power pole that my camera's sitting on right now. Ran internet out there, the whole 9 yards, water, and it was perfect. But we had the woods you see around here where this driveway is, this was woods. So we had to clear out all those trees, put in this driveway. There's I don't know, I think about 500 tons of gravel in the whole driveway, the way it curves around. It's 12 inches thick pretty much everywhere. But where this pad was, it was never level. It was close, and it was pretty good, but it was never level. But I had 2 weeks to get this done, and this is probably 10 or 15 years ago. And it was kind of a disaster from the start. Well, when we got our camper, we just started using it. I mean, it was perfect. But the more we used it, the more we're like, man, this pad sucks. It was one thing when you brought in my mom's camper and she had a Jayco Pinnacle. I mean, it was 40 feet long. It was pretty big fifth wheel. But you were coming in at the beginning of the summer, setting it up once, and then, taking it down at the end of the season. It was no big deal to level it. Well, with ours, I mean, we're setting up and leveling it like every 2 weeks, and we're off on an adventure. So to have something that you press auto level and walk away and it's done, well, that was going to be a huge game changer. And that was my goal, and I was really hoping that we were able to make that happen. Well, between my wife's help laying it out, because we spent a few hours getting this thing laid out with the laser and the strings and whatnot, so that when we did come in here today, we were able to just bang it out. But obviously, the boys being there saved me a ton of time. Really, really grateful for that. And this was going to allow us, we're just kind of checking it, and I just brought out a 6-foot level. I didn't have my laser set up again, but I was just sitting here. I was telling them, I'm like, you guys, you don't understand. This is a huge deal. It's level. It's looking really good. We just got a few tweaks, and my boys were like, oh, well, okay, cool. So that was kind of a big deal. And now we're just kind of doing some fine grading and trying to compact it as best we can. And at the end here, I try and talk them into driving the machine a little bit and getting a feel for it. And they both drove it, thought it was awesome. Didn't drive it much, but, we all really, really had kind of a fun day. All right, so that was it. We got the pad done, loaded up the skidder, took it back to the rental place, came back, parked the dump trailer right there in the pad. It's so much better. That allowed the wife and I to go get our camper the next day. So this is the shot of us hooked up in the parking lot of the storage unit. It's a very tight squeeze, but we got her out. It was effortless to come home and hit auto level. The machine just leveled. I've got to build a couple little steps where our, camper steps are, but such an improvement. Thanks to my 2 sons and my wife for helping, and we'll see you on the next one.